Today on Go, we're at the Khatsahlano Street Party. Coming up
is the biggest music and art festival in Vancouver.
Khatsahlano Street Party.
And I adore you, but only
the Catherines.
Hear the sound of the breeze through the rigging.
And sailing in Squamish. Welcome to Go on Shaw TV. Today we're at the Khatsahlano Street Party on West 4th in Vancouver. Throughout the show today, we're going to take you everywhere from Squamish to Chilliwack. But first, let's take a look around here to see what Cats is all about.
Khatsahlano is the biggest music and art festival in Vancouver. It's 10 blocks long and it's just so much fun. We've got 8 stages with 56 bands today. We've got 55 food trucks, and obviously a plethora of our merchants are out on the street just showing off their wares, which is fantastic.
So what, you're tossing boots?
We're tossing boots, so it's a bit of a short just tournament. Starts at 12:30. Toss the boot from this line into the bucket. If you get the majority of the boots in, by the end of the day, you win a free pair.
Free pair of boots?
Free pair.
I'm in. Okay, I'm gonna try it out. What's the secret with this thing?
I just hit it really hard.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
This is the 5th year, and it started in front of Zulu Records by Grant, one of my board members, and the lover of Khatsahlano, and he is just such a great spirit and made this festival what it is. So it was 1 block, it went to 2 blocks, now it's 10 blocks, and the reason is just to get people down to West 4th, just to show off what we've got. I mean, it's hard these days with online shopping and all the rest of it. We want people to come out on the street and make that experience fun for them.
We love just the atmosphere. Everybody comes out, it's a good time, it's just fun for everyone, even little ones.
I like just coming out to this side of town, I think, because living on the east side, just don't get out here all that often.
It's lots of stuff. I like just wandering down the street and never knowing what you're going to come across, and like 2 steps later there's a little kid with a yo-yo and he's awesome, and it's good. It's really cool fun.
It's really awesome. Everybody's really supportive, and it's a really awesome event. It's one of my favorite every year. I like all the bands and all the music. The music's really good. Awesome bands you can see for free, obviously.
Which is the best one here today?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen any of them yet.
I heard the Abramson singers are really good.
They're all right.
Don't tell me in a different town or time that I would be your way.
What do you love about the day? What's your favorite part of today?
Just seeing all the people. I mean, we spend so much time. We started in October planning for this, so just getting 200,000 people onto the street to see what we've got is fantastic.
I'll continue to check out stuff here at the Khatsahlano Street Party throughout the rest of the show. Lots of cool bands to be seen. Our next story, though, about a band that's not here at the festival today, but they're quickly ascending in the Vancouver music scene. They just signed on with 604 Records. This is the Catherines. The Catherines are a brand new Vancouver band with a bit of a history together. We met them for a performance of their debut single, Cherry Lips, off their upcoming debut album at 604 Records, where they recently signed. It's all an impressive evolution from Kate's singer-songwriter roots.
And I adore you, but I only like you when you're not there.
I used to write a lot of songs in high school, and I would always play open mics in coffee houses, and then I entered in BC's Best Teen Band Contest when I was in grade 11, and through that I ended up getting into the top 10, so I had to form a band to be in the Battle of the Bands final performance, and so these girls joined. She's my sister, so she's always around, and I've been singing in choir with Caitlin since we were 5. And we were in preschool together, so it just was a natural fit. And we ended up with a huge band. I think we had 10 people to start with, and then it just sort of string section. There was a string quartet. Yeah, it was a lot. And then it's just sort of evolved since then. We've been doing stuff ever since, and we through that contest we played in a festival and that's where we met our now manager Jonathan Simpkin, and so it's just since that we've been doing lots of stuff in the industry, and it's all evolved into the Catherines, which is what we are now.
Killed me, I'm the one who let you ride. I'm the one who let you ride.
So the new record is To Bring You My Heart. You kind of talked about the sounds that come in, but how cool is it to have this out? How do you feel now that it's about to be released?
It's exciting. It's been a while. Like it's always so fun because I've been listening to the songs. We've all been listening and playing the songs for a while now, and so I think that for us, like it's amazing that people might actually listen to it and know the songs and play them in their cars, and like the thought of that is incredibly exciting to me.
And I feel like it's been like waiting for so long. We've built so much anticipation. Like we're probably gonna be the most excited ones when it comes out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cherry lips, red wine on a silver platter. Got a one-track mind, but it doesn't matter. You know what I want.
Cherry Lips was the debut single, came out with an awesome video shot around Gastown, Vancouver and stuff. How did you guys feel about the end product, though? It's a beautiful little piece, yeah.
That video, should we talk about how crazy that was to film?
Oh my god, it was crazy.
It looked like a simple straight-ahead shoot. Was there craziness?
See, you would think, but if you're in Gastown
At, like,
at
4
2
a.m.
o'clock in the morning and 4 a.m. in the morning, you meet a lot of crazy people, and crazy people follow you around.
Because you have a big camera.
Pretty girls, big camera, music video. I can see the trouble.
It was kind of scary and like crazy, but it was really fun. It was an experience, and so I'm glad that the final product turned out well. Yeah, because it was a lot of intense filming nights.
With working on the record, you guys got to work with a lot of cool Vancouverites like Hawksley Workman and Steve Bays. What's it like? I guess what was the whole process like writing and recording them?
So we basically, I did most of the writing and the recording, and then Caitlin and Lauren came in and sang like amazing things on the record. And
I like that face, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, no, writing it was amazing. Like, I got to write with Kevy, Mental. I got to write with Steve Bays, Ryan Stewart, who's like a really cool pop producer, and then Tino Zolfo and Hawksley in Toronto, and like there was just all these different people, and Colin Jans, who's amazing. And yeah, it totally influenced the way that the record ended up being, I think, because all of these people were like bringing their own flavors to it, and Kevy, we'd sit for hours and he would show me music that he loved, and I would show him music that we loved, and then we'd end up like writing a song after that, and it would come out of all of these different influences. Like we would have been listening to Garbage and like not the band Garbage.
I know.
Yeah,
Not literal garbage.
exactly. But yeah, it's just, you know, there was stuff that I never would have thought that I could have written, and so in a way it was cool to see like my style of writing, and my lyrics were very similar to what I had written before, but it was like evolving into this whole new like sound, and the production was so cool, and so like getting to experience that was amazing.
Let you ride.
Check out their full performance from 604 Records on our Go Facebook page, and follow the band at facebook.com/Catherine's Band. In East Van, I'm Paul McClellan for Go on Shaw TV. It was really cool to get to use the 604 building in East Van to shoot that. If you want to see the full exclusive live performance, check out our YouTube channel. Now stick around after the break. We got a whole lot more from here at Khatsahlano Fest. Up next, the celebration of light.
I'm so happy. I couldn't be any happier.
And visiting Chilliwack's past.
Hello there. I'm Tarek Leslie, the Artistic Director of Ensemble Theatre Company, and I'm standing outside the Jericho Arts Centre in Vancouver, British Columbia. And this year, Ensemble Theatre Company will be producing its 3rd annual Summer Repertory Festival. We'll be doing 3 shows: Lillian Hellman's The Children's Hour, Peter Morgan's Frost Nixon, and John Ford's 'Tis Pity She's a Whore. Those shows will run in rotation 7 nights a week. So join us July 16th through to August 8th at the Jericho Arts Centre at 1675 Discovery Street in Vancouver.
Welcome back to Go on Shaw TV. We're at Khatsahlano Festival today, having a lot of fun. Danny's joining me right now from Aviva. Danny, what is Aviva all about?
So Aviva, we're owned and operated by Lululemon. We're a girls brand, a brand celebrating movement, giving girls technical clothing that they could live a life they love and really stay active.
And I'm looking at everything going on behind me. You guys are one of the most popular stops for kids. What's happening with you guys today?
So lots going on today. We started off with a bit of a morning yoga to get things going, and now we have CrossFit kids here doing a bit of an exercise with the girls. And then after that, we're doing tie-dye, some arts and crafts, photo booth, and then we're going to have a dance class at 3 o'clock.
And it's a really cool day in general. You guys are obviously contributing to that. What do you love about Khatsahlano especially?
What I love is just we're such a tight-knit community, so everyone comes out and celebrates each other and what we all bring to this awesome community.
And up next, we're telling you about another cool event that's happening just a hop, skip, and a jump away from here. It's the Honda Celebration of Light, and 2015 is their 25th anniversary.
Bursts of color dancing to music in the nighttime sky. This mesmerizing sight started as the Symphony of Fire, and today it's known as the Celebration of Light.
It started on July the 25th, 1990. It took us 3 months to put it all together.
And it was all put together by this man, Mr. Fireworks. Raymond Greenwood put a committee together in hopes of bringing a fireworks show to Vancouver after experiencing Montreal's Symphony of Fire with his pyrotechnic company in 1989.
I've probably watched over probably 150 fireworks shows in my lifetime.
Though Raymond's company put on a fireworks display in Montreal and he put together a team to bring the fireworks show to Vancouver, he doesn't put on any fireworks shows himself.
It scares the pants off me. I've only ever done it once, and I did that at Beacon Hill Park, daytime fireworks for Canada Day, and I'd never ever do it again. Don't like doing it. I like to sell the idea. My son Matthew, and I call him Little Boom Boom, he works on the barge.
Raymond stayed with the Benson and Hedges Symphony of Fire organizing team until the show changed sponsors after 2001. The community fireworks display was then sponsored by BC Hydro before it became the HSBC Celebration of Light in 2002. Since 2009, the annual musical fireworks competition has been presented by Honda, and its 25th anniversary is no exception. Although fashion of those attending the fireworks each year has changed, the fundamentals of the competition have remained the same. So did you take photos every year of the fireworks?
Yeah, I actually have 11 books of all the fireworks from day one of the Symphony of Fire. Yeah. And here you can see Wayne Cox. You can see this was one of the cruise ships that hung out at English Bay for the fireworks one night before they took off to go to Alaska.
Okay, now I have to ask, how hard is it to get countries to participate?
It's very hard because you have to do it. It starts a year in advance. Sometimes they would come and see the show this year to see how good they had to be to compete with everybody.
3 countries compete against one another on separate nights, and in the past there was a 4th night shared by all, the fireworks finale. Although Raymond now prefers to watch the fireworks from the comfort of his balcony in Khatsahlano, he actually recommends another viewing location.
Without a doubt, at English Bay, and I'd highly recommend people to reserve seats through the website. It is the best place, it's the most comfortable place to watch. And one thing I ask people to do, please do not dig into the sand and to make seats in the sand, because it's very dangerous the next day for the graders and the pickers who are going cleaning up. And also, take your garbage home with you.
Besides cruise and Navy ships hanging around the harbor to watch the celebration, over the years celebrities have also come to town to witness the colorful competition, satisfying Raymond's love of promoting and selling fireworks shows.
Extremely proud of it. It's a fantastic event. It's now attracting worldwide attention. It is, in actual fact, considered one of the most gorgeous sites to watch fireworks from in the world. There's not many nicer places than this because it's just such a beautiful amphitheater. And one thing I'm very pleased about is the amount of tourism it's now bringing into town. And I actually think it's put the fun back into Vancouver with all the other events that are going on in our city.
Raymond's hope is that the Celebration of Light shoulder events continue to grow and that the fireworks be rolled into an annual sea festival showcasing Vancouver's beautiful waterfront setting. Overlooking English Bay in Vancouver, I'm Tiffany Gurdon for Go on Shaw TV.
Shaw TV will have live coverage for you of all 3 nights of the Honda Celebration of Light. Be sure to watch for some awe-inspiring pyrotechnics. Now, our next story takes us out to Chilliwack, where Jonathan is making a visit to one of the oldest houses in the city.
"46064 Princess Avenue is one of those houses that just fell out of glory. After former owner Gene Woods moved out, it took a downward slope to condemnation.
I just miss it. For a long time I didn't come down this road. And then I did, and it was all boarded up, you know. It just was, my heart was hurting.
There was a massive fire upstairs, and all the furniture and everything was still there, so it was kind of like a horror movie. But it was very interesting because just seeing how other people were living and how rough it was, right?
And yet, that didn't stop the Gore brothers from buying the house and healing it. They saw something in it. But what? Well, let's see by rewinding back a bit. The house was built in 1911 by a Melvin George Fadden. In fact, he built both of these twin houses. They're Eaton catalog homes, which were all the rage in the early 20th century. As unromantic as it sounds, this house was basically built to make money, and it's also why it's being renovated too, because this sort of thing is the Gore brothers shtick.
We look for the most work houses, the houses that nobody else wants is what we look for, right? We've just always kind of done that. So we've got extreme places, the most extreme places you could ever think of.
And that is a great thing. Which leads us back to Jean, who loved this house the moment she set eyes on it.
But look at the floor. I wanted that the whole time I lived here. We stayed, believe it or not, in the Empress. In those days, the Empress was the place to be. And we had a window that looked out at the house. So I think I must have spent an hour and a half just sitting looking at my house. I think it was the permanency of it. It felt like it had been there, which it had. Yeah, and because I'm English, it reminded me of homes that I had over in England. I just loved it. I can't explain it. It was an inner feeling that I loved this house.
And in the 30 years that she and her family lived in it, it became so much more than just a building.
Because it's a beautiful home. When you walk in the door, it has a feeling of this is your home. Well, we had our 25th wedding anniversary there, and we also celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary in the same house. And the kids all coming home for Christmas, because having been a military family, we hadn't really stayed anywhere longer than 3 or 4 years at a time. So you can imagine when you get your roots down in the ground, man, you're not going to pull them out again.
She is so into the house, and she loves it here, so hearing about all her little stories and stuff was just kind of inspiring to keep us going, right? And to finish the job, do a good job.
I used to like to lay here and look out at night because the moon goes right across there.
While the Fadden house is an inanimate object, it's steeped in character. And that character comes from the marks left by the people who occupied the space and created their own memories in it. You know, those stories that come from everyday life. And isn't that something worth preserving?
Just to think that somebody's going to live in it again and it's going to be a home for someone. You'll have me crying any second now. I'm so happy. I couldn't be any happier about anything than that. No kidding.
This may not be the worst home the Gore brothers have renovated, but it's one whose value is proving to be far more than dollars and cents. In Chilliwack, I'm Jonathan Horst for Go on Shaw TV.
Hang on, we got a lot more on Go from Khatsahlano Fest after this. After the break,
There's lots of adrenaline when you're racing. It's fun.
a sailing adventure,
So what that creates, like a waterfall of hair.
and festival styles.
Hi, I'm Marie West, and I'll be playing Nancy at this summer's production of Oliver, presented by Theatre Under the Stars and directed by Shel Piercy. Oliver is a story based on Charles Dickinson's iconic novel Oliver Twist, and follows a young orphan on a harrowing adventure through the streets of Victorian London. prior to each performance in Stanley Park's Malkin Bowl, we will be transporting audiences back to the 1840s with authentic food stalls, foot races, sing-alongs, and more. Oliver will be alternating evenings with Hairspray from July 10th to August 22nd. For more information and tickets, visit tats.ca.
Welcome back to Go on Shaw TV. Today we're at the Khatsahlano Street Party, having a ton of fun. Right now I'm exercising, which is fun too, I guess. Natalie from Method is joining me right now. What is Method all about?
So Method Indoor Cycling, we're all about doing a 60-minute, high-efficient, high-speed workout, and we are all about the method. Our form is key. So right now you're doing perfect. Gotta keep your posture perfect there.
Oh dear, my posture's terrible. Thanks for pointing that out for me. We're at Khatsahlano, the street festival though right now. What do you love about the day?
We just love the community down here. We're new, we just opened April 1st, so we just love being a part of this community. It's great, it's high energy, and we'll be on the bikes all day.
They're going to be on the bikes all day. I'm having trouble being on one for about 2 minutes here. Our next story, though, we're headed up to Squamish. Did you know it's one of the hubs in the province for sailing? Vanessa is checking that out to see if it's as much fun to be out on the boat as it is to watch them from the shore.
Using precise focus and care, Scott Shaw McLaren begins to prep his speed cruiser for an evening sail down Howe Sound.
Sailing is a very tactical sport. Not only is the performance of your boat critical, you've also got elements such as wind shifts, differing currents on different sides of the courses. It has a lot of satisfaction there when you really do well.
Having taken part in numerous regatta races, including a 13-day sail to Hawaii, Scott, along with the rest of his Squamish Yacht Club race team, is now gearing up for the Squamish Open Annual Regatta, otherwise known as SOAR, taking place the end of July in what's sure to be a spectacle.
Coming to Nexon Beach and watching the start where you have 30 sailboats all clamoring for position can be definitely exciting. Lots of yelling.
Yelling? This is a sport I need to try out for myself, and what better time than tonight?
Hey Scott, I see you're gearing up there.
Hey Vanessa, yeah, let's go for a sail. Come on board.
Sounds good, let's do this.
As someone who has never sailed before, stepping foot into a world with a vocabulary all its own was, shall we say, intimidating.
I'm just setting up the spinnaker lines, so you want to give me a hand?
I don't even know what spinnaker is, but I have a feeling I'll learn.
All right.
Spinnaker is a giant flag racers hoist up when going downwind. After rigging its support lines and attempting a few other setups, the rest of the Natural High team arrives for their practice.
Hey team, you guys are late, let's get going.
Having placed first in their division and third overall in the 2012 SOAR competition, it's safe to say each of these racers has their role down pat. Where the real challenge lies is keeping up with Mother Nature.
We're thinking about what the wind's doing all the time and looking for how to get the most out of the boat.
There's lots of adrenaline when you're racing. It's fun.
With the wind fairly calm tonight, the team puts up the smallest of its 3 flags, constantly adjusting, otherwise known as taxing, the direction of the sail to maintain a steady balance. With Sean, aka Skipper, steering the direction at the helm of the boat, unlike most motor sports, when it comes to sailing, it's the less steering, the better.
If you think about this as a brake pedal, anytime you have to turn this, it slows the boat down because it's dragging the rudder back and forth.
While it may not be the most important job, I still had to try it.
What you're trying to do when you're steering is balance the wind on equal amounts on either side of the sail. So you have little telltales up there. You can see the little yarns that are flipping.
Oh yeah?
So you want both those running straight back.
funny, with all this technology, you're literally going off of 2 pieces of string.
Yeah.
That's your lifeline.
With race sailboats weighing up to 7 tons, along with changing sheets and lines, a large portion of competing is spent sitting down to counterbalance the boat's weight, providing the perfect time to also breathe and take in the view.
As soon as you shut the engine off, everything just kind of slows right down, and you just hear the sound of the breeze through the rigging and the wildlife coming all around the boat. You get to places you just wouldn't get to otherwise.
A great workout mixed with relaxation? I think I may have just found my new sport.
Awesome. I'm sailing.
In Squamish, I'm Vanessa Ibarra for Shaw TV.
The SOAR competition is July 24th to 26th up in Squamish if you want to check it out. Now, we're getting ready to wrap things up here at Kats. We've had a lot of fun today, a lot of cool style we've seen throughout the day, and our next story is all about how to find your own summer festival style.
So for this summer festive season, it's all about braids, long hair, boho, bohemian look, waterfall braids, fishtail braids, over to the side. Waterfall braid is an updated version of the French braid, except having some of the hair down, and then you can do some more curls and braids and waves to it. The waterfall braid is like a French braid, except when you're taking your third section, you're gonna leave the previous section down. So what that creates like a waterfall of hair, and it makes it a bit more modern and more festive look. So what you do is you start off with your 3 strands, divided into 3 equal sections, and you're gonna start braiding as if you would starting a regular braid and then going into a French braid. So you're gonna go one over the other, and then you're gonna pick up your section from underneath, and you're gonna bring that into your third section. And you're gonna continue that just for a couple of steps. I like to keep it really clean in the front, and I'll just start the waterfall from above the ear. So what you do is you leave that section down, and you're gonna pick up the next section from underneath, and you're gonna overlap that into your braid. So what I'm creating is I'm leaving section down. This is gonna create the waterfall braid. The fishtail is a classic braid, but now we're making it a bit more textured and big. It's made from 2 strands of hair. Normally, when you do a braid, it's 3 sections. Fishtailing is 2 sections. So you're gonna split your ponytail in half, use your index fingers, and you're gonna section out on each corner. So you're gonna take a section, you're gonna overlap it, come to the middle. And then your other side, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna take a section, you're gonna overlap it, and then come to the middle. Now, because she has a lot of hair, you want to take as many little sections as you can, so you really create that big, fat, bohemian fishtail look. If your hair is a bit finer, you won't have to do as many small sections. You can make it quite tight, you can expand it to make it a bit more textured, you can have it more of an evening look by putting it over to the side. It's a great, simple way of styling your hair. So to complement Selena's fishtail style, I chose to use metallics and green, a little bit of like a bronzy blush, and then a light pink lip gloss. Some bronze and gold, lots of shimmer, coppers, a lot of dewiness. Flash tattoos come in silver and gold. Here are some examples of great festival bohemian looks. So just enjoy the summer and have a great festival year.
Now from the fashion of Zara D, we're checking out the very fashionable Fiona Forbes as she's talking to you on the street.
Hi guys, it is time again for Fiona on the Street, and we are here in Khatsahlano to find out about what you love about this neighborhood. Tell me, what is your favorite thing about Khatsahlano?
Well, I'd have to say it's the beach and like the lovely weather. Got great trees and beautiful people.
My favorite thing about Khatsahlano is reading the people have passed on and remembering their spirits.
We just arrived today from Toronto, so we just like being near the ocean and the sun.
The weather. I'm not going to say bikinis.
It's the beaches. The beaches and recreation.
available here.
The food, actually, we ate over at the eatery over there, and it was really good food.
Everything, just the whole location, the wind, the water, the sun, the trees.
The view. I'll make it simple, the view.
What's your favorite thing about Khatsahlano?
The beach, yes, all the beautiful blue sky, and the sea.
I guess I just really like the culture here. There's a lot of cool things going on, a lot of like yoga culture. There's lots of cool coffee shops.
Probably the community and all the young people here and just being right next to the beach. And it's got a good positive vibe.
It's like really pretty and there's a lot to do.
The people here and the sun, it's so good. Everything's great, yeah.
So it's pretty obvious why people love Khatsahlano. It's got the beach, the view, the food, the community, so come on down and check it out.
One more event to add to your schedule is the Afro-Brazilian Carnival happening on July 18th at Viva Vancouver on Granville Street. It's sure to be a lot of fun. That's it for us today on Go, though, from here at Khatsahlano Street Party. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Paul McClellan, and we'll see you next time.